Allah, Yasharallah, Yahweh, Allahayna, Yahweh Khad, Wa Habda, Ath Yahweh, Allahayaka, Bakal, Lababka, Wabakal, Napashka, Wabakal, Ma'adka. All right, so been a while since we got together on the without the screen showing up, but it's all good. All praise to Yahweh. Hear, Israel, Yahweh, our power, Yahweh is one, and you shall love Yahweh, your power, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And of course, as usual, remember that the next new moon is going to be the 5th of March. And after that, the next new moon is going to be the 4th of April, April 4th. And after that, we have the holy day of Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, which would be April 18th to April 19th. That's the first day, sunset to sunset. And the last day is going to be April 24th to April 25th, sunset to sunset. That's the 7th day, which is the last day of Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread. Now, today, of course, we're going into the 6th day Aliyah, the 6th day Aliyah of the Torah Parashah of Terumah, which is Exodus chapter 26, verses 1 through 8. So again, that's Exodus chapter 27, verses 1 through 8. Exodus chapter 27, verses 1 through 8. All right, so now we see at the first verse again, we got this acacia wood, everywhere. And if you listen to the classes we had during the week about the acacia wood, you know that this is just an astounding creation of the Most High. You know that the acacia wood is bug resistant, pretty much water resistant, corrosion resistant. It has special little thorns on it that protects the tree, and little ants live inside those little thorns. And that's 2 measures of defense for messing with the tree. And it has another measure of defense, which is it releases ethylene gas. If certain predators and animals want to bite into it or try to chew it or whatever, it releases this gas and can kill these small little animals. So it has like three different defense measures to oppose any type of small little thing that wants to harm it, and as well as humans. So they had to really, go into some labor to try to get this acacia wood. It wasn't a simple process, right? You had to make sure that the bugs weren't on it in a way where they could get you, all right? You had to make sure that the thorns didn't cut you, and you had to make sure that you didn't have any animals nearby, due to the fact that this ethylene, could kill. This ethylene could kill. Right, so this is the wood. All right, it's called the acacia wood, also called shata wood. Okay. So now we'll just go ahead and start with verse 1 of chapter 26, and it says, "And you shall make the altar of acacia wood 5 cubits long and 5 cubits wide. The altar shall be square, and its height shall be 3 cubits." So the altar was 5 by 5 by 5, right? Which is basically 7.5 feet by 7.5 feet. And its height shall be 3 cubits, which is 1.5. Actually, the 3 cubits is going to be 4.5 feet tall. Right, that's 3 cubits. All right, so that's how tall it is. It's like so it's a square, even on both sides of the square, but then the height of it was 4.5 feet. Verse 2, and you shall make its horns on its 4 corners. Its horns shall be from it, and you shall overlay it with copper. So all of the boards made of the acacia wood were used to make the shape of this altar, which, by the way, in Hebrew is called mazabak. Mazabak, right here is the way we say. That's the way we say altar in Hebrew. Ha mazabak. Okay, the altar shall be square, and its height shall be 3 cubits. All right. So now you take the horns in the 4 corners and overlay everything with copper. So that's copper that was on everything. All right. So there's copper on everything. Copper, which you can see is nakashath. Nakashath is copper. All right. Verse 3. And you shall make its pots to remove its ashes, and its shovels, and its sprinkling basins, and its flesh hooks, and its scoops. You shall make all its implements of copper. Copper is very non-corrosive. I think that the other thing that's non-corrosive is stainless steel, and we know that that's very non-corrosive. Now, copper also is an excellent conductor of heat. Copper can spread heat very fast, which makes it good for things where you cooking and you have things that you want to catch heat and to distribute the heat evenly. All right, and that's why everything is made out of copper. All right, and then like I said, copper has a very strong disinfectant, antibacterial quality naturally built in. In other words, if you have a tub made out of copper, that copper actually rejuvenates you. It actually draws impurities out of your body. It actually helps to heal your body. Kind of helps restore a homeostasis, of sorts. All right. So these are the benefits of copper. So every time they touch this copper, it's like a healing property. All right. It's like a healing property. So the pots that you put the ashes into and the shovels, right? So the Most High has everything. The Most High has everything taken. He has everything taken care of. All right. Now right here it has the sprinkling basins. All right, which is to receive the blood of the sacrifices. All right, so you would take the blood sacrifices and it would go into the sprinkling basins. All right. So now also we see that we saw the flesh hooks. That was to turn the meat over. Okay. So all these things, the Most High gives a whole set of instructions. He knows, okay, you're gonna need this, you're gonna need this. The whole process is thought out. And Yahweh says, you know what? These are the things that we're gonna need to perform this activity. So I want you to make sure you are prepared and do X, Y, Z. All right. That's why it says a prudent man looketh well to his goings. All right. So now in verse 4, it tells us that, and you shall make for it a copper grating. That's like a grill of netting work. Okay. And you shall make on the netting 4 copper rings. It's 4 ends. All right. So there's a net, and then the net is made out of copper, and then you have the rings. All right. And you should make poles for the altar, poles of acacia wood, and you shall overlay them with what? With copper, all right? With the kashath, all right? So this copper, once again, is a very, very strong disinfectant, antibacterial. It's a purger, all right? It helps to heal your body, all right? And it draws impurities out of your body. That's why if you look up right now, look up a copper, all right? A copper a tub is very, very costly. Now, if you have copper pipes in your house, those copper pipes can actually help to neutralize impurities or low toxicity poisons that may be in your water supply. So the copper actually cleanses your water supply. All right. Copper actually helps to cleanse your water supply. All right. Verse 7. All right. So they had these poles, and then they put the poles, they had the poles, and then they would take the copper and put the copper around, like coated with copper. All right. Verse 7. And its poles shall be inserted into the rings, and the poles shall be on both sides of the altar when it is carried. You see that? So you got the rings, and then you use those same little poles to put inside of the altar rings, and then you carry it. You shall make it hollow out of boards, as he showed you on the mountain, so shall they do. Okay. So as you make it, you can make out of planks, boards of wood. You're gonna make it out of planks and boards of wood. Right. And as you make it out of these planks, these boards of wood, the inside is hollow. Why? Because it has to receive the ashes. It has to receive, the blood from the sacrifices. All right. So you had a space on the inside, and then what else do you need? Well, it's for a sacrifice. So you're gonna need wood, and you're gonna need to light the fire, and you're gonna need for the fire to blaze up. So it had to be hollow. It wasn't like a solid piece. All right. It wasn't like a solid piece of it wasn't a solid piece of just copper and wood and bam, that's it. All right. So the Most High, he had everything already set up. Now this copper, once again, man, this copper, everything Yahweh is using is just a tremendous natural, specialty implement. The gold, the silver, the copper, the acacia wood, all right, which is also called shittim. All of the things that the Most High has us using are things that are excellent in their class in nature, things that are very, very unique, right? And things that have a lot of peripheral benefits, all right? And this thing, this temple, this altar, all right, this thing is being made for longevity, man. The Most High is making this thing to stick around. Now I want to go real quick to another page, real quick, if I may. And on this page, I like some things that it talked about for the altar. Let's go right here to the altar. All right. So it says the altar. You shall make its pans to receive its ashes, its shovels, its basins, its forks, and its fire pans. All its vessels you shall make of copper. Once again, because copper is an antibacterial, so it's a disinfectant like silver. A lot of things it has in common with silver. Excellent conductor of heat. All right, it heats things evenly and quickly. And also with copper, not only does it heat things quickly and evenly, but it also resists corrosion. All right. Once again, the only thing that's even comparable to corrosion, being corrosion proof and having that type of heat resistance, all right, is going to be stainless steel. All right. All right. Stainless steel. All right. That tells you that the all the utensils of the tabernacle serve as a pair. Okay, so we ain't gonna really do that. So I just wanted to just show you that piece right there. That's what to show you. You can go to this page, and it talks about everything on here. This is not the Bible, so everything on here ain't like, perfect. All right. Some of these things are the are opinions, right? So you got the ark right here, right, and you got the layers of how they did it. All right. The gold on the outside, all right, and gold on the inside, gold on the outside, and then you had the shittim wood frame, and then the gold on the inside. So this is some deep stuff that the Most High that He really has taken care of, man. This is, now this is an alternate design for the menorah. Some people say it was rounded, and some people say that it had straight shafts. Now, we won't get into that though. So once again, all I wanted to do was just go here and talk about the altar real quick. All right, it's because that's the only thing that we were really talking about today. The outer courtyard. Moses is commanded. All right, Moses is commanded to construct the altar, a hollow earth-filled structure made of copper-plated shittim wood, which is acacia, to be placed outside the Mishkan, all right, in front of the screen on its eastern side. On this outer altar, selected parts of the offerings brought to the sanctuary are burnt. All right, so it was burnt. So the offerings were brought, then they got burned. Remember, it's on the outside. The Holy of Holies is facing the west. All right, and the table of showbread is facing the north. And then the entrance is facing the east direction. Okay. And then on the south, you have what? You got the light. On the south, you have the candle light. On the south, you have the what you call the menorah. All right. So we have the menorah coming on the south side. All right. So Matt, in north, east, south, and west. All right. Now this is a star-studded event. The Most High got silver, gold, shittim wood, and then He has the copper. All very, very. I mean, the silver alone is like worth like more than 1.5 million. Just the silver alone. All right, just the silver alone. All right. And then you got the silver hooks, of course. All right. So that's it right here. Now we go back to the actual scripture. All right. So that's number 6. And then you can check these out for the I'll just read these real quick. Well, actually, we're gonna stick to the theme. This is the 6th day. So tomorrow, join for the Shabbat tomorrow. All right. Which should be probably between 12 and 1, starting anytime from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock Eastern. I'm sorry, Pacific. And also we'll be having the Banya Yasha'Allah Sabbath. All right. The Banya Yasha'Allah Sabbath, were different brothers from different cities that would be participating in tomorrow. Khan. All right. All right, so Hezekiah, Kazakiah, Shalom, hallelujah, all praise to the Most High. Joseph Powell, Shalom to you. All right. Hallelujah. Sons of Jacob, Oklahoma, OKC, Oklahoma City in the building, proverbially. Hallelujah. Passover, yeah, you got that right, Hezekiah, right there. Passover is going to be April 18th, 2019, at the evening. Was the Ark of the Covenant made from it? If the it is referring to the shittim or the acacia wood, Khan. It was made from the acacia wood. It was made from the shittim, and we worked over those qualities, of that wood. Very excellent wood with the Most High. But that's what you always what you bring out. Alakua, Salaki, I guess y'all was supposed to be that. Let me slow down. It's all right. It's all right. Conductive and electricity, kind of copper. All right. Shalom. I tuned in. So really, everybody, I mean, that's really all we really got to go into today. I mean, word, because I did it. I mean, it's a very short aspect of the overall Parashah. It's only 8 verses, and we went into the 8 verses pretty tough, and I think we give everybody a break today. We've been 22 minutes strong, so yeah, we can give everybody a break today and just sign off and release. We're gonna have a half day at school today. We got an early release. We can release everybody from school today, half day. All right. So once again, the pots. And this is where you get the fact that it's good for us to have pots, because to cook with pots that are made out of copper, the Most High told them to make stuff made out of copper. So that must be the best thing that we can really use. And if you want to talk about burning incense, well, the altar of incense was made out of gold. So get you an old incense burner, right? And you want to talk about having a grill, get you a copper grill. That's what the Most High had, right? Get you a copper grill. You can't go wrong. So this is not like how we got like some type of metal, and then some type of aluminum, then they'll use some like thick, some little cheap aluminum metal coating over top. But this is solid, copper. So it had to be beaten. It had to be beaten, and it was strong. It wasn't like the little flimsy netting made out of copper. This was solid. This was solid copper, and they probably pounded it, to get it stronger. All right, kind of forged it a little bit. All right, yeah. Sorry about that, Hezekiah, man. It's pretty short, man. We got the sacrifices. This is for the animals. Like, you can also get into the fact that he that sinneth, if we sin after we receive the knowledge of the truth, there remain no more sacrifice for sin. With a certain fearful looking to of fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries. All right, so we see that. So if you sin after you receive the knowledge of the truth, the Most High said that, you're gonna get devoured. The Most High indignation is gonna devour you, which is why it's so important that, as we read the commandments and law, that you be diligent in applying what we actually read, man. All right, so it's about 10:20 out here. So the clock on the wall says that's all. So remember, the next new moon is gonna be on March 5th, and the new year is going to be on April 4th. From the 4th to the 5th, sunset to sunset. The first day of Passover is going to be April 18th to April 19th. The last day of Passover is going to be April 24th until April 25th. Now remember, you're going to have a lot of different, dates that people are going to try to throw at you. All right. You're going to have a lot of different dates people are going to try to throw at you. All right. But if you follow my teaching of the Torah, and if you see it's pretty accurate, and if you see it's edifying to your spirit, and if you see that it's in line with the rest of the scripture, then you can see that it's the Most High that's giving me the insight to teach the things that are being taught. So when I'm coming up with these dates for Passover, it's inspired by material that the Most High has revealed and shown, and the dates are very accurate. All right, and we have various methodologies to show when the dates are. In terms of Purim, usually this year we're gonna have 13 months. All right, so Purim, because it's not really a holy day, it's a day that we created to respect and honor what the Most High did. You can do it actually both, because you can't cook on the Sabbath when Purim happens, because Purim wasn't a day that came from the Most High. All right, so you can observe it on the 12th month, and you can observe it Adar, and you can observe it on Adar 2 also. So you can observe it, on whichever one of those days, you so choose to do. So with Purim, we would exchange and give gifts of food to other people. Those are the portions that we accepted, those are the portions that we shared. The portion that we shared from Purim was that, I'm gonna send you some oxtails or whatever. Well, not even really oxtails, because oxtails was considered to be a poor man's food. And then when we started making it into like a good food, then they started to make it into a delicacy. All right. Then they started to make it into, a delicacy. So yeah, so Khan Hezekiah. Well, I didn't know, but I know there's a couple of concerns about Purim. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know per se. Let me get the blue book that has the holy days in it. I believe you're the last person to put it up somewhere. But you were looking for the date of the Day of Atonement this year coming up. All right, so let me get that blue book, and we can go into the go into the Purim again. So once again, Purim, when we observe it this year, we can observe it on the you can observe it on the it's supposed to really fall on Adar number 2. Those are the rules, right? It falls on Adar number 2, and the reason it's falling on Adar number 2 is it has to do with the constellation that is happening in. It's happening in the 12th constellation. So the 12th constellation is going to be on Adar 1. The 12th constellation is going to come about on Adar 2. And this year, Adar falls on February 3rd. Right? That's Adar. That's what we're in right now. All right. Now, Adar 2, which is the 13th month, is going to be on March 5th. That's Adar number 2. So Purim is actually going to happen on March 18th and on March 19th. Now, both of them days are going to be on, first it's going to be on the Monday, and then Monday night starting. Then next going to be on the so-called Tuesday night starting. All right. So we can cook on those days for Purim because it's not Passover, but you can work. You can technically be you can CAN be unclean on those days, whether you might be going to a funeral or you might have become unclean some kind of way. Because once again, this is not a holy day. This is a day that we said that we're going to put to the side to commemorate what the Most High did when he delivered us out of Haman. All right, out of Haman trying to murder us on that day. All right, Haman tried to murder us. So now Purim, which Nicanor, I like to call Nicanor the day of Judah, the day of Yahweh. I don't like to call it the day of Nicanor because that's kind of putting the Gentiles' name out there. He was there first, bro. You know. So it's the day of Nicanor, but Yahweh had something going on that day too. He was instrumental. So this year it falls on the 17th. So you got Nicanor, and then you have Purim happening on the 17th of March, and then on the 18th of March, and then on the 19th of March this year. All right, Adar 2. We have 2 Adars this year. All right, we have 13 months this year because of how the constellations fall, because of how the constellations are happening with the moon and the sun. All right, so I hope that answers your concerns about Purim, and I gave the dates for Purim as well. So I hope that addresses the concerns that you have about Purim or Parashah. What was your question? Okay. All right. So yeah, March 18th, Purim, Parashah. March 18th is Purim, and March 17th is Nicanor. All right. So all right. So now, once again, Terumah, the cubits of wood, acacia wood, and this acacia wood, man, was like, this acacia wood. All right. This is a nice image of it right here. This acacia wood, was a nice wood, man. Nice, it's a beautiful tree. But them ants will tear your behind up, man. Let's see if they can give us a close-up of the ants. How they live on the tree. There they go, right there. Bam. Look at that. See, that's the tree. Those are the, y'all thought I was playing, right? Man, these ants will tear you up. Look at them. Look at these ants on the acacia tree. Man, ants look mean. All right, here's another one. All right. All right. Trees trap ants in sweet servitude. Why? Because that's another thing that the acacia tree, the shittim tree does. It releases the gum arabic or acacia gum, which is sweet. All right. And the ants love it. And the ants want to stay on a tree for that reason. Okay. So you got the that they said so. Whistling thorn. Now that's I don't think that's acacia right there. That acacia. I don't think that's acacia right there. So yeah, well, yeah. It is a form of acacia right there. Man, look at that one. They say 12 seconds zoom in of acacia drepanalobius stock footage. So this is a form of acacia too. And this thing is, man, ants are living inside of this. You can look closer, you'll see the ants inside here. So these whistling thorn trees are acacia trees also. And somebody want to show you the inside of them. Look at that, filled with ants. And then the biting ants got the ants inside of it. See that? So this is the wood that the Most High. Now remember also that acacia releases the ethylene. All right. So the wind and the giraffes might come and try to eat it. And then what happens is that the tree releases the ethylene and it makes the giraffe not want to eat it no more. Tastes nasty. And if it keeps on eating, it could kill it. All right. See that? Here's a giraffe eating it. And then you see that the wind is blowing the ethylene towards the other trees, telling the other trees, hey, giraffes is in the area eating on me. Release your ethylene. And then the ethylene get released into the leaves and stuff. And then that giraffe doesn't want to eat it anymore. All right. So the volatiles and all right, see, this is this picture. So this is ethylene that gets released, all right, from the acacia trees, right? So the Most High, you know, he designed these things this way, all right? And he wants us to respect this tree, man. He said use this tree to make certain things that are inside the temple. So you know he really likes this tree. And you see the Most High, you know, telling us what to do. All right. Yeah, hundreds of species of acacia tree, Hezekiah. Khan. Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe that. All right, so that's what we look at that for the acacia tree. And then you have the gum that comes from the acacia tree. So this is the gum that comes from it. All right. And you can eat the gum. I'll tell you that the gum has the acacia gum has health benefits too. Check that out. All right. Polysaccharide, it treats diarrhea. I mean, you got to have a whole lot of glucose in it that runs through your system quick. All right. Helps out your liver. All right. It promotes your kidney function. Helps you lose weight. It battles oxidative stress. Oxidative stress occurs when there are plenty of free radicals in your body. A study shows that acacia gum contains antioxidant, which will help you to fight free radicals. Free radical is the main cause of oxidative stress. Further, it will lead to damage. It will lead to damage the cells of your bodies, but it will not give you the best results if you still eat unhealthily. Unhealthy foods which produce free radicals. All right. So it helps keep your mouth and teeth good, healthy. Helps you cure sore throat. Controls your cholesterol. Controls your blood sugar. Immune system. Constipation. Improve digestive system. Prevent diabetes. Helps the wound and healing. Prevents cancer. All right. So some of these qualities you see are going to be similar to I'm sorry, y'all even see that, huh? My bad. Some of these qualities are going to be similar to frankincense. But frankincense is just a lot stronger in a lot of these things. All right. So this is the acacia. All right. So it tells you that it helps prevent cancer, helps wounds. The acacia gum prevents diabetes. All right. It controls your blood sugar. All right. So it says people who have diabetes, they will feel hungry all the time and need to eat more and more. Acacia gum has fibers which will make you full stomach. I don't know what language these people speak that wrote this. It controls your eating habits, so it makes you feel full. Hence, it also helps you control your blood sugar, which is the main cause of diabetes. Just add this gum in your cake as emulsify, and you will get the good result. You will get the good result. All right. So that's the acacia tree, how it benefits you. Helps with diarrhea, your liver, kidney, weight loss, oxidative stress, keeps your teeth and mouth healthy. All right, sore throat, cholesterol, blood sugar, immune system, constipation, improve digestion, prevent diet. So those are all the things that that acacia gum is good for, man. So the Most High, he made all these things. All right, he made all these things. And then this sacrificial thing that he made, you know, with the copper. Let's look at copper. Let's look at copper, copper benefits. All right. It said 11 reasons why you should drink copper in copper vessels. It says it helps with weight loss, keeps you young, helps you heal faster, regulates your thyroid, cuts down on cancer risk, regulates melanin production. Okay. Helps fight anemia. All right. So that means it helps to, you know, with your anemia level and your red blood cells, prevents digestive disorder. It boosts cardiovascular health, regulates brain function, reduces arthritis pain. All right. So these are some of the benefits of, you know, of copper. All right. So the Most High said, I want you to make this sacrificial altar, you know, this mazabak of copper. All right. So then they have right here benefits of copper: stimulates your brain, boosts immune, reducing symptoms of arthritis, normal growth and health, hair pigmentation, skin and eye color, absorbs, helps. This is what we just said about the anemia. It says it helps in the absorption of iron and red blood cell formation. See, y'all thought I was just talking, right? That's all right. You'll learn to trust me a little bit. It protects the sheath surrounding the nerves, and it prevents premature aging, which is kind of like an oxymoron, right? It prevents premature aging. So it helps you age normally, naturally. So that's kind of, I don't know what the but we believe it. Okay, I guess it works like that. All right, so this is copper. So you have all these benefits. Now, this is a copper. This is drinking from copper. Now, if you're talking about a copper tub, okay, benefit of copper tub. Check this out. All right. Let's see the benefits of it. It says copper metal is bacteria and mold resistant, making it easier to maintain a clean and sanitary bathtub. Yeah, we need that, right? Help prevent mold. Okay. Let's see. It doesn't have too many copper benefits that we can see on here right now. Let's see. If you're okay, let's look at this. World Copper Tub Bath Facts. Bathtub facts. Check this out, y'all. Reason to buy copper bathtub. All right. It says let's look at the health benefits. So once again, we're just looking at why the Most High, some of the benefits of why Yahweh has us around his. Nothing he told us to use is raggedy or run of the mill or just cheap. Everything has a benefit that he tells you to do. The copper, it prevents anemia. And, you know, Israelite people, we get anemia more than everybody else. Sickle cell anemia. All right, sickle cell anemia. All right, when the Most High brought all these diseases on us, but as long as we were around that copper and doing the right thing, we didn't have all these diseases, anemia. The acacia wood, we saw the benefits of that. The gum that comes from the acacia wood, the what do you call it? The acacia gum, also called gum arabic. We saw the benefits of that too. You know, sickle cell anemia is a disease that Yahweh put on our people because we broke his commandments. And there's another name for sickle cell anemia. You can ask the sister, right here, Carolyn. She probably sleep right now. She said somebody in her family had it. I'm gonna ask her. They have a name that they call it, okay, but it's not what we call sickle cell. But it's a Shemitic, it's a disease that a lot of Shemitic people have. Okay, okay. Now let's go look. Let's start from the top. Let's just not be lazy and read through it. Okay, y'all bear with me. We learning today. Learn about health and the Bible. Okay, it says copper is one of the most durable yet malleable. That means you could bend it, and attractive metals, which makes it a prime candidate for use in the manufacture of bathtubs. While expensive to purchase, copper tubs are long-term investments that have added character and the feeling of luxury to bathrooms for hundreds of years. Copper bathtubs are produced in many countries, including China and Mexico. They are made by heating copper sheets and then hammering them into shapes according to the design and size of the intended bathtubs. All right, the intended bathtubs. Get that. All right. One of the benefits of buying copper tub is the ability to complement. Oh, they give me some superficial stuff. Colonial, heated, pour, soap, expensive, towels. They say towels didn't exist. You believe this? These white people, they always got to lie about how we didn't have towels, but we melting copper and we melting gold. But you know what, man? I wish I could invent something I could dry my tail off when I get out the shower. I don't know what you can use to do that. Why don't we go melt down some gold to encase our acacia pillars in that Yahweh showed us, you know, he wants us to make. And then we'll weave it with linen and expensive dyes. I'll be glad when he shows us what to use to dry ourselves off with. You imagine that, man? You ain't have nothing to dry yourself off with. Come on, man. All right. And there were few, if any, private areas to bathe. Now, we had private bathing areas. All right. Anyway, man, we look at this. Carl, Richmond, Virginia was known to take hygienic baths in the James River in Virginia. The James River, see that? In Virginia, that's where they came off with the showing the Israelites, you know, how to fight against each other, how to divide them. All right. The James River. The Willie Lynch letter. All right. He says, tell me, John. Okay, now buy a copper tub. Now it's going to show you what copper is good for. It can be installed anywhere. It's possible to scratch the patina finish. There are easy ways to avoid doing that. It's baked into the material. All right. How to maintain it looking good. Here we go. Copper has natural qualities known as a living finish. This is unique character that distinguishes copper from other metals, and it's the primary reason why copper bathtubs increase its beauty. Okay, now copper bathtubs don't scratch and more easily, any more easily than other surfaces. All right, copper tub health benefits. Here we go, right here. There are some health benefits associated with the copper tubs. One of the biggest is that studies indicate bacteria can survive for only hours on copper compared to days on stainless steel and even longer on other types of bath surfaces. So now that tells you that blood and everything else from the altar, that it produces a bacteria. But on copper, that bacteria effect is neutralized within a few hours. All right, you neutralize the effect that copper has within a few size. All right, within a few hours. All right. Then it says that means you can throw away disinfectants and antibacterial products stored under your sink because copper neutralizes the bacteria and anything that causes infection and stuff. Copper is also registered as an antimicrobial material with the Environmental Protection Agency. That's big news because this type of EPA restriction is typically only been granted to liquids, aerosols, or gases. Additionally, copper has a therapeutic effect on joint movement and connective tissue by reducing inflammation associated with rheumatism, arthritis, osteoporosis, tendinitis, and sports injuries. When your skin touches the surface of a copper tub, your body absorbs small amounts of copper, and without any of the gastrointestinal side effects so common with anti-inflammatory drugs. If your diet is deficient in trace minerals such as copper, a copper bathtub is a relaxing way to replenish your body with this essential element. Okay. Some additional benefits of copper tubs are copper tubs heat faster and retain the heat longer. So that goes back into how I want to use copper for the altar of sacrifice. One of the pros of using a copper tub, is that its metallic properties conduct heat faster and maintain heat longer than traditional bathtubs. When hot water contacts the surface of a copper bathtub, the walls quickly heat up and hold temperature longer than any other types of tubs. An additional benefit is that many copper tubs are very deep. Okay. Suited for the bathroom, good for the environment. Okay, I mean all of that. All right, so they get the different styles of bathtubs. So you get the picture. That copper, was a very, very copper was a very, very strong candidate when it comes to things that are good for your body. All right. So that's why when we go back, into the today's Torah reading, the Most High say, you know what? I want you to make an altar for sacrifices, but I want you to make it what? With copper. Right. So that's the benefit. So everything, look what we're seeing copper, silver, gold, acacia wood. And then we've seen expensive dyes that are worth as much as gold. And then we've seen linen, right? It's very expensive fiber also. So, I mean, you see the Most High, he's dealing with top level material. He's not dealing with low level stuff, man. I'm not saying you got to be rich, but when you get something and it's for your benefit, you might just have to go ahead and spend the money for it. You know, especially if you take it with you wherever you go, or if you can liquidate it, you need to get rid of when you go from point A to point B. All right. So copper is a good thing to have in your kitchen. You know, we know that the Most High, that we bought gold and silver chargers and plates when we were bringing the gifts to do different construction projects that Yahweh had commanded us, you know, to do. All right. So yeah, we need to get some copper tubs now. Get you a copper tub. You know, that's the real copper tone. So the altar was made out of copper. Now look at this. The pots to remove the ashes, the shovels, and everything else is made out of copper. All right. So yeah, get that copper, man. That copper. And we already read about the acacia wood, the acacia trees. And they even have acacia you can get now. You know, they have acacia that you can get now. All right. So imagine that you have something that you're using as part of your service that has copper on it, that has gold on it, that has acacia wood on it, that has silver in the construction, you know, of the construction of the place, you know, of your worship and stuff, you know, of your worship. You got that acacia wood, all right. So the Most High got a lot of stuff that He had us doing. You know, we gotta, you know, really respect Him, you know, and you know, see things that the way that He wants them done. That's how we gotta do them, point blank. All right. So all praise to Yahweh, Basham Hamashiach Yahushai. All praise to the Most High for showing us, showing me, showing you, all right, the things that He wants us to do, how He wants us to do them. And even though we're in captivity, we're in exile rather, even though we have a foreign Edomite white Gentile government occupying our land of Israel, they're not going to be there long. The Most High is going to kick them out of there. You can read in Ezekiel chapter 37, well, Ezekiel chapter 35 and 36. It talks about how the Most High, really read Ezekiel 35 all the way to 39. It's very, very, very excellent reading. Read those 5 chapters, 35, 6, 7, 8, and 39 of Ezekiel. And you'll see, man, the Most High got something planned for these people that took over our land. So even though we're not in our land, you know, we can still do little small things that are going to be beneficial to us, you know, wherever we are, whether we're in America, Mexico, Belize, Turkey, you know, India, you know, wherever we are. Now, when I was in India, all of the cups and stuff were made out of steel. They didn't make them out of copper, but the little bowls, the cups, the little plates, they were all made out of a kind of steel. They meant like stainless steel. So that's what we ate off of. All right. So, you know, that's pretty much what we can go into today. But you know, no. Acacia wood is different than I think acacia wood and gopher wood, I believe those are 2 different woods, Doc. I believe that the right there is gopher wood and acacia wood the same. It says that acacia wood or gopher wood is a term used once in the Bible for the substance which from which Noah's Ark was built. Look at that gopher wood. Look up acacia now. So these are just suggestions of what it may be. All right, what it may be. We know it was light. We know it was, you know, something that was resilient against water and everything. So, Nah, it's not the same wood. It's not the same wood. It's a different wood. But yeah, I mean that's what the Most High, that's what He had us do. And okay, yeah, yeah. We start talking about that copper, man. Anytime I'm in the scriptures, man, we start talking about health benefits and just the glory of the Most High, man, and how He plans stuff out. You know, sometimes it starts to run over. All right. But yeah, 22 minutes. We have so many things. Look in the scriptures. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of other scriptures now, but look in the scriptures and you can see there are other things that we use that had copper. That the Most High used copper inside the scriptures. But the Most High made all these things on day one. We see in Genesis, Bara'ashiach, Bara'a, Alahayim, Ath, Hashemayim, Ath, the Most High made everything that's in the heavens and earth on the first day, from Genesis 1:1. He created the atoms and the molecules for these things. And then as we go along, He put all these things together. All right. And they got condensed in soil, or they got condensed in the form of air. And then He said the trees bring forth. They were suddenly trees that popped up. They got condensed in the form of planets, of suns, of stars. They got condensed in the form of different atmospheric layers, in the form of different types of liquid, okay, biological systems, all right, the synergy of the ecosystem, all right. So the Most High put all these things together, but all of the elements that were used to formulate what we know now, the things that exist and the things that we don't know about now, those things were all created from Genesis, 1:1. So copper, gold, the Most High had all these things marked from the beginning, and knowing that they were going to be used, for His glory and for our benefit. So yeah, I encourage you all, Ayandabar Hezekiah, Ayandabar, I encourage all of you, look up copper, and know the heritage that we come from. And this is talking about the whole nation. This ain't talking about just a few people. The whole nation, all right, was a great people, man. And we've fallen from that greatness. One of the reasons we fell from that greatness is we become selfish. Selfish against the Most High and selfish against each other. That's why the Most High said, love me and love your neighbor. If you love the Most High, you love your neighbor, and I love you, how am I going to lack? How are you going to lack? How are we not going to have the best? But because we got selfish and worried about ourselves, worried about what we want to do, the Most High said, you know what, I'm going to put you in captivity because that's causing, now you're breaking my commandments. You don't love me no more. You don't love your brother or your sister no more. You love yourself. So now I'm going to put you behind in slavery, and I'm going to make the Gentiles beat you down to the ground. I'm going to make the Gentiles bust your head open. I'm going to make the Gentiles split your stomach open and throw your baby against the rocks. I'm going to make the Gentiles rape you. I'm going to let them do those things. Why? Because when I protected you, you didn't obey me. So what's the point of me protecting you? So now I'm going to let you see what life is like without me. And hopefully that will cause you to come back and keep the commandments of Yahweh 100%. All right, so that's the Torah lesson for now. We already did the new moon. We already did Purim. We already did Sabbath. That's it, and that's all. We're not going to go over that again. So, like I said 39 minutes ago, the clock on the wall says that's all. All right? So, Shalom Lakam, Bashem Hamashiach Yahushai. I love you all. Hallelujah.